He came on twice before when he was running for the first time. Suddenly, he's busy in Buffalo. Of course, when Cheney called up on the phone and somehow manipulated the public offices and the districts for voting up here, he got them to switch our voting district for Congress out of the Farm Belt, Cat County, Allegheny County, and we were combined with Erie County, which is Buffalo. Buffalo has, I don't know, what is it, 1.5 million people at least. Stock County has 120,000 people. We'll never have a congressman again, you can be sure of that. And Brian spends more of his time, I'm sure, on his nut up there, you know. Why would he come out on the hills here? All right, Sinclairville crowd. They had a big dinner with a Hawaiian setting recently, and they had a great thing. They take side trips all the time, and they have mystery trips. Yeah, you never know where you're going to go. I don't know whether I'd take one, but they do work out. They're wonderful. Happy birthday to William Wittenbrook over there, and Marge McIntyre, incidentally, and they're going to have the pastor Jeff Bellinger of the Gary Free Methodist Church over there. He went to Haiti, and he did a mission trip there, and he's going to show them what it was all about and how it went. They tell me the Haitians, rich and powerful over there, scooped up all the money. Everybody's still living in huts and tents and so forth. That was put up to build buildings and give them housing and everything, but that's the way it goes. We send $1 billion over to some other country, and the leaders of the country snap it up. They get another $1 million for their kids, you know. United Seniors, yeah, that is a fact. A lot of people are saying, why are we sending all this money away? We got so many poor people in this country, and we're bankrupt anyway. I don't know. United Seniors meet regularly at the Fredonia Beaver Club, and the president there is Charles St. George, and he does a job. And happy birthday to Ruth White, Leonard Schwager, Jean Guzik, Barbara Kentner, and Sharon Wallace. Dr. Marianne Spanos is their guest speaker. She is the head of the Office of the Aging for Stockton County, and she sings Happy Birthday in Polish. Spanos is Greek. She is Italian. No, Spanos is Greek. She is Italian, and she speaks Polish. And she does speak some English. All right, here you go. Next meeting is September 12th. You want to drop around and see the gang over there? They tell me I'm taking too long in the news. The news is over. Well, all right. Well, I got, what? No, I can't make the last announcement. All right. Okay, so we have a public service announcement for you. And I'll take a break. I'll get off the air. You won't have to look at me anymore. Here you go. It's for you.
This is so cool, Dad. Awesome. This is so cool, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Okay, there you go. We got a guy here, you know, this guy shoots from he tells it like it is. He's our editorial wing. He complains and grouses, but he doesn't. Lately he's talked about butterflies and hummingbirds and little children and stuff, kittens and pussycats. Okay, you're on, John. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. You taking allergy medicine today or what? I get him on meds quick. Good morning, everybody. Okay, a couple things real quick. First of all, wanted to keep a promise that I made to a 98-year-old resident over at the county home this week. I won't say his last name, but everybody knows him over there. His name is Joe. Joe handed me a piece of paper and he said, "Doc, I need your help." And I said, "Well, how can I help you?" And he said, "Well, we need to put some attention on the county home." And he handed me a fact sheet from an article that was in the Observer back in July. And so rather than go into the politics of this, that's not what I'm about right now, but what I'm about is this. Every healthy community has various assets in it, and one of those assets you're going to be hearing about here in a little bit with our guests, but another one is the county home. The county home is an absolute necessity in this community, especially with our aging population. And the concern is this, folks, is that over the years, the county home has been running fine, but it's been subsidized by the county. Well, we all know the county, like everybody else and every other governmental agency, at least in New York State, is really treading water. They're cutting back everywhere they can. And so the concern is that the county won't be able to subsidize the county home any longer, which only means the county home is going to have to eat away at its fund balance, or what we would call a savings account. And there's discussions, and we mentioned this last show. There was a caller that asked about the state of the county home. It's not closing, but I think what the county's trying to do is to find a creative way to keep it open, but maybe not with the county owning it. So here's what I'd like you to do, and I'm gonna make this a personal mission, like trying to get our Congressman Higgins down here is one of my objectives for this year. For the county home, for you folks, is let's make sure that we stay on top of this issue. We have family and friends that are there. There are a lot of wonderful folks that are getting up in their years, but we need to be advocates for them. They may not be able to speak loud enough from inside, but we need to watch this process for them. And it may all turn out just fine, but nonetheless, we need to make sure that this asset of ours is protected, that our folks that live there are protected and well kept for. And let's watch this process. And well, I'm not sure. Fred Crosscut is the chairman of the county legislature. He would be one of the ones.
And Edwards.
And, right, Greg Edwards. And any of your county legislators from any one of your districts. All right, everybody has a representative. There's 25 of them at the moment. And get a hold of them and find out what's going on. Because this is one of those situations Reed and I were talking about earlier, that he's seen advertisements for this, the county home to be sold. Let's make sure that it's being sold to the right organizations and those that are going to take good care of our folks. Okay, so I'm going to track this and so forth. One more thing I want to mention is that coming up this coming Thursday, if we can get a shot of this poster over here, we got the Super Summer Folk Festival. And the reason why I bring it up, not only that I'm glad to be able to help out with the project, Bill, my partner, and I are going to be playing. We're the lead-off act, but it's going to support a really good program. St. Susan Center down there, sometimes called a soup kitchen. We have one here in Westfield area. I guess there's ones in various parts of the county. But as we've noted over and over again, the economy is really sliding. We got more and more people going to food pantries, to these food kitchens and so forth. If you feel like coming out, it's $10 a donation. You get a bowl, you get soup, and some great entertainment. And again, let's keep track of that county home. And back to you, Reed.
Thank you, John. A little side note on the county home. Recently they spent several $1 million improving it. But there's a curious law in New York State, and that is New York State, our crazy legislature, in their wisdom, decided that they were spending too much money on nursing homes for seniors. When you're indigent, you've lost all your abilities, you have no money left, but you worked all your life in Build America, you would get a place in a nursing home if you were unable to care for yourself. Well, there were just too many people going into nursing homes, according to the state, because they were eating up Medicare, Medicaid funds. Medicaid pays for you in a nursing home. And so what they did two things. First of all, they stopped paying the nursing homes the fair value for Medicaid. But to make sure that they didn't stop taking Medicaid, they required the nursing homes to have a certain number of beds for Medicaid recipients. And the best thing of all is they said, from now on, no one is allowed to build a new nursing home with new beds. You can have no more beds. So the same senior population, which has doubled and tripled, is crammed into less beds every year. And, oh, the state, I don't know about this. Contact your legislators. So they're in the Overstock County, they spent all the millions of dollars. They didn't put any new beds in, though. You better believe that. They just made the beds more comfortable. And I think we owe that to our seniors. But the seniors, again, they're being thrown under the bus now. don't expect anything. And I see ads for that for the first time in my life. I see every few minutes almost there are ads for the Chautauqua County home. Now, why would the county be advertising for more people over there? It costs us money too, unless they were going to sell it. And it looks like that may be in the offing. We're going to have Fred Crosscut on shortly. And when the soccer season and the baseball season and the hockey season's over, we may get Greg Edwards on and we can ask him about it. All right, new directions. Leslie Shellenbarger, Missy Martin, talking about new directions. What's your role again, Missy?
I am the intake coordinator and the family resource, so I accept the referrals for kids that we get in the county and surrounding agencies and certify.
Starting from beginning, what do you do?
I certify.
I mean, what's your group do?
Our group is for foster care.
Foster care, for whom?
We have an office in Randolph and we have an office up in our
Who do you care for? Seniors, children, dogs? Okay, children.
Yep.
And what age?
From birth to 21.
So you're busy basically setting up a home for children that need it, need foster care, orphans, parents in jail, parents who crazy as whacked out or something, but you will take these children and provide them with a home.
Yes.
You will try to. Okay, and you're in charge of intake. Who comes in, right?
Yes.
And I'll bet you have to block off about 95% of those that ask for care, because you probably don't have the funding like everybody else to take care of the people. And okay, so we have with us Leslie Shellenbarger and Berger, right?
Shellenbarger.
Berger, but it's Barger.
Barger.
Yeah, we have a Nancy Barger here.
Oh, right.
A good friend. She's a wonderful gal. I'll call you Leslie.
Yep.
Leslie, tell me, what do you do over there?
I'm the clinical director for the therapeutic foster care and regular foster care program that we have through New Directions.
What's the difference between clinical foster care and regular foster care? You said there are two things. Now, see,
Yep.
I'm ignorant. I have no idea how this goes.
About 18 years ago, Randolph Children's Home, which is what it was known at that time.
This is down by the res, right?
Yep, down
Okay.
in Randolph, New York, had a population of young children who were in the children's home and were unable to go back to their own family home, and there were not services out there that could help provide for them. So what they did is they opened a therapeutic foster care program, which was to provide a lot of in-home services to foster parents to help children be able to be successful in a community-based setting.
So you're kind of like a hospice program where you go in and help someone who needs it in the home, right?
In the home, correct.
Although the children obviously are not ill.
Correct.
Now, where's the funding come from? Who pays for this? Who set it up? You said they set it up. Who's they?
Okay, we're a private agency,
Okay.
and primarily our funds come in through counties who refer children, and then they pay a fee for the children to be in our program.
And how's the funding coming now? The county's all cutting back.
Well,
So let the children die like the seniors, right?
Right. I think a lot of what's happened with our funding and referrals is that they're trying to keep children in their own family home as long as possible,
That's like hospice again.
instead of putting them in an institution
Right.
or paying for a higher level of care, which is our program. So
Right.
our program has gotten smaller over the past several years, but another reason that we've gotten a lot smaller is we've had a lot of children adopted through our program. And when foster parents adopt, at some point their house is full and there's no more room. So that's really why we wanted to take the opportunity to come here, is we really are in desperate need of foster homes.
Okay, you're in Allegheny County, of course.
We are in Cattaraugus. Cattaraugus in Randolph. It's actually only just a couple miles from the Chautauqua County line.
Okay, right. Where's Allegheny County? I thought it was down there too. Allegheny State Park, for instance.
Yes, that's in Cattaraugus County as well.
It is really.
Yes.
Allegheny State Park is in Cat County.
Yes.
I always thought it was in Allegheny County. That's
No.
born and raised here for 72 years.
Right.
Yeah, you learn something new every single day, and then you're real in trouble because as you get to my age, you get so much stuff in here, you can't sort through it when you're trying to find a name or something, and it takes you half an hour, and then you suddenly yell out, Bob Anderson! You thought of the name. Okay, we're sitting here with Leslie Shellenbarger and Missy Martin doing New Directions, and their program is to basically find a home, if possible, for a child who is desperate need of a home. It's like the stray cat rescue, essentially. We have that here in Westfield, and it's very successful. They place 300 cats a year.
Wow.
How many kids do you place a year now? 2, right?
Probably, no, probably 20 to 30 a year.
20 to 30.
In
which
our
is
foster home, and then the residential program, of course, was Randolph Children's Home, started 100-plus years ago as an orphanage, and then has become a residential treatment facility. And then we receive referrals also from the residential kids getting out of that and stepping down into foster care, or from counties directly. And we